a strange time for our state, our city, our nation, and entire planet, but we trust that everyone is making the best of things. We are very thankful this morning to have the Reverend Ann Atwell from Sunshine Cathedral. It's a wonderful church here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And actually, we want to say congratulations to you. Ann reached a wonderful milestone in her life. You are now Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell. I'll get the order correct. Ann is now received her D-Min, her Doctor of Ministry.
Yeah, I received my D-Min from Boston University. I successfully defended my doctoral thesis actually 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago today, I defended my thesis, and their words to me as we were finishing up the Zoom defense was, "Congratulations, doctor." So that was really a very exciting day for me. I've worked on this for a few years now. So yeah, it was a project of love. It was something that I really, really enjoyed doing. And at the same time, I'm kind of glad it's done too. So it's a lot of work, but I'm glad it's off my plate for right now.
It is a lot of work. And as I say to people, welcome to the club.
Thank you.
You are less than 1% of the population who gets to be called doctor. I know it's a lot of work, and it's well deserved because you have served in many ways, and I know you put the work in and time in. So congratulations.
Thank you. It was an exciting time. It still is. It's a little bittersweet though, because of what's happening in the country with the COVID-19. Yes, I successfully defended, and I did that via Zoom, but now there's no graduation ceremony. They'll just mail the diploma here in a few weeks, and they're postponing the graduation, but by that time it may be a bit anticlimactic. We'll wait and see. So strange days.
Strange days. You are, tell us your title there at Sunshine Cathedral.
My title here at Sunshine Cathedral is Minister of Connections. It's actually kind of a new title. If you go to most churches, they're not going to know what that is, a Minister of Connections. Minister of Connections, though, in the old nomenclature would have been like an outreach minister.
Okay.
But I think it actually goes kind of above and beyond an outreach minister. Minister of Connections, what I do is I connect our congregants, people who are part of the Sunshine Cathedral community, to resources out in the community that would benefit them, that would help them. If somebody comes to me looking for something, I can connect them. If somebody comes in looking for HIV support, I can connect them to Broward House or Poverello. Somebody has some mental health concerns, I can refer them to SunServe. It's really being able to do that for our congregants, and at the same time, people outside in the community that want to come in to the Sunshine Cathedral and share what it is that they do. I can do that as well. The Minister of Connections also does quite a lot of the compassion work. I oversee our pastoral care and visitation team. We have a very vibrant, very rich pastoral care and visitation team. We do well over 100 connections with people who are homebound, people who are in the hospital, in ALFs, nursing homes, that kind of thing. We do about over 100 every month. And
wow.
I also oversee our food sharing program.
Okay.
I'll talk more about in a little bit. So that's Minister of Connections. It's a busy job, particularly right now.
Wow. Tell us about the Sunshine Cathedral. As one of your top taglines is a different kind of church. Right. I've been there several times on Sunday morning, and I can attest it is a different kind of church, both in terms of being a welcoming church. I think that the style of worship is so upbeat. It is so engaging. The music, the sermon is all very uplifting. You leave I think the one word is empowered. You leave absolutely empowered when you leave, and thinking, is it church time again when you walk out the doors and want to come back. Tell us more about what the Sunshine Cathedral is about from your perspective.
Right.
And just a note to people, I'm sharing this on my page. That's why I'm looking away. I've got two computer screens. I'm not ignoring you. I'm sharing this on my personal page. So
that's all right. I didn't think you were ignoring me.
Yes.
Sunshine Cathedral is really, really different. We're part of the MCC tradition, Metropolitan Community Churches. It was founded over 50 years ago and has a primary outreach to the LGBTQ community. Because of that, we don't have the traditions, the dogma of mainline denominations. We're not Roman Catholic, we're not Episcopalian, we're not UCC, we're not Presbyterian. I was raised in the Presbyterian tradition. What we are is all of these. We bring all of who we are, how we were raised or not raised, into the worship experience with us. So what our senior minister Darrell has done, and what we've done as a team, is we create what we call a blended worship. And that's actually becoming more popular because people don't tend to stay with their denominations. Denominations are kind of dying, truly, which is sad, but it's kind of what's happening. So when we process in, maybe we sing a gospel song. And that may not speak to me, but it may speak to somebody else. And maybe we say prayers that are familiar to those of the Roman Catholic tradition. And that may not mean a lot to me, but it may mean something to somebody else. And then I hear a song that I grew up with in my faith tradition. It's like, oh, I really like that. But somebody else could say, that's not really me. That's blended worship. You can find something that's really meaningful to you. And what we also say too is that you need to be open to the church that welcomes you. When you find a church that welcomes you and will fill you with ways of being, ways of worshiping that were meaningful to you when you were younger or meaningful to you now, that's the kind of church you want to be part of. We really are a welcoming church, and that we welcome all people wherever they are in their journey.
And that's very true. Yeah. The elements that you all take from all different parts and pieces and blend them together is really amazing. People may or may not. I've been a church organist most of my life, and you all have a phenomenal organist and choir director. Barbara, yes. The way she blends,
phenomenal.
The way she blends together traditional and contemporary, and I'll say it from an organist standpoint, the registrations that she uses is amazing. The way she takes it and makes it sound like a traditional organ and a Hammond B3 and a contemporary. And I'm very impressed by her registrations and her use of the organ and all the different styles of music. And it's not a hodgepodge. It is a real blend of how things just flow and run. And I'm very amazed from a church musician standpoint of how well the flow is, and it's done very well, and I applaud you all for those work.
Right. Barbara, our organist, and Sarah, who helps with the music ministry, they're our co-directors of the music ministry, and it's very thoughtful. Like you said, it is not a hodgepodge. They are very thoughtful in the way that they select music, and the way that it is presented, and the way that it works with the themes for the day, the scripture passages, the sermons, the prayers. It all blends together.
And it's very intentional, and I appreciate Darrell's messages. He is not afraid of tough topics. He is not afraid of tough issues, and he's not afraid of hitting them head on. But at the same time, you leave with just a sense of how things are going to be better, how to be a better person, and a sense of hope, and a sense that you are okay as a person. And it's such a message of hope. And so I really applaud what you all are doing.
Right. I'll tell you what, I love to read sermons. I love to hear sermons. I love reading books like by Peter Gomes and Barbara Brown Taylor and that kind of thing. I love sermons. And Darrell Watkins is probably one of the best, if not the best, preachers I've ever heard in my life. I just am in awe by him. He is really, really phenomenal. He addresses what's happening. He can do the exegesis on the spot. You know, when somebody's preaching, and they can just do it right there and then bring it all together. He is phenomenal. He is an incredibly gifted preacher. Yes. I agree with you.
Thank you. Well, you also are working with a food bank program, I think, that has been around for a little while, or you can maybe talk about that, right. But even more so, that is important as an outreach to our community. If you'd like to tell us a little bit about that, Ann.
Right. Actually, it's not a food bank.
It's not a food bank. Okay.
It's not a food bank. A food bank is something like Feeding South Florida, where places will go to get food. What we call ours is a food sharing program.
Food sharing, okay.
Right. I think it's more inclusive. It welcomes people. We don't want to diminish people wherever they are. So whatever we have, we share. That's what we have. And there's 2 points or 2 parts of our food sharing program. The first part is our brown bag lunch program. And we
Okay.
started that about 3.5 years ago. We actually began, we had the idea that we wanted to do brown bag lunches. And we thought, okay, we'll do brown bag lunches. And then on Wednesdays, people will come by and we'll get the brown bag lunch. Yay. The problem with it is, and you know, with Sunshine Cathedral and others will probably know as well, we are in a residential neighborhood. We're
Mhm.
not in Wilton Manors. We're not on the drive. We're not in downtown Fort Lauderdale. We're in a residential neighborhood and we're not even close to a bus stop. The closest one is up on Davie Boulevard. So people are not going to come to Sunshine Cathedral to get a brown bag lunch. The first week we did it, I think we gave away 9 bags. The second week it was 5 bags. And then I need to rethink this. This is not going to work the way that we're currently doing it. Many churches, including Sunshine Cathedral, say that we reach out into the community. We are the church without walls. We really want to get out
Mhm.
there and be a part of the community. We want to meet people where they are. So maybe with the brown bag lunches, we need to meet people where they are, not expect them to come to us, but we go to them. And that's when it really began to explode. We deliver brown bag lunches all over the community now.
Hmm.
We average, tomorrow our team will do around 300 lunches.
Wow.
We deliver to Broward House. We deliver to group homes for formerly homeless veterans. We deliver to a HUD housing Section 8 complex where a lot of the folks rely on Meals on Wheels. Now, Meals on Wheels generally only delivers Monday through Friday, but we're there on Saturday mornings to make sure that they get food.
Hmm.
We deliver all over the place. A domestic violence shelter. We deliver. Of course, SunServe isn't open now, but we make sure that the SunServe seniors and the youth and that kind of thing all have something to snack on. So we that's our brown bag program.
Okay.
We decided at the start of last year, January of 19, that we needed to go beyond. Okay, the brown bag is working really well. What else can we do? Well, let's start a food pantry. Again, we're kind of in a residential neighborhood. We didn't know how well it would be received. But what we did is we partnered with Feeding South Florida, which is a food bank. And
Okay.
we would go to them to get groceries. And that's pasta and sauce and canned vegetables, canned fruit, beans, rice, that kind of thing. And so we opened the food pantry. And it took a little while to take off, but not terribly long. And now our food pantry last week, we
Mhm.
assisted over 200 individuals with our food pantry. We ran out of food in an
Wow.
hour
Wow.
last week. We were done. So the food pantry has really taken off for us. It provides food for people in our community who need it. The thing that makes us unique is it's no questions, no judgment. We don't
Mhm.
require ID. We don't require anything like that. No income verification, nothing. If you come up and you tell us that you need food, you need a bag of groceries, we're going to get you a bag of groceries as long as we have
Hmm.
it on hand.
Hmm.
It's yours.
Hmm.
So last week, our food sharing was up. It was between 450 and 500 people, 450 to 500
Wow.
individuals last week, to the point where, like I said, we're running out of food. But
Hmm.
we restock as we can, and we keep moving forward. We've had a great partnership with our fund. They help us. Our
Mhm.
congregants have been phenomenal. So we just keep it going. As long as we can keep it going, we keep it going.
Mhm. I talked to David Jobin the other day from our fund. He was one of our interviewees just the other day.
He's
Yeah.
fabulous. I love David.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of work right now for a lot of different organizations and
Yes, they
reaching
are.
out.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So we
And,
wouldn't be able to do it without them. Plain and
yeah.
simple. We're really reaching out to our community. Our primary focus, of course, is the LGBTQ community.
Mhm.
But if somebody comes to us and says, I'm hungry,
Mhm.
they get food.
Of
We're not
course.
going to discriminate on that.
Of
So
course. If people wanted to donate food, what would be the time, places for them to donate, Anne?
they can come to Sunshine Cathedral. The offices are open here currently. We're on kind of a limited schedule, but we are currently open Mondays through Thursday from about 10 a.m. until about 3 p.m. And if
Okay.
anybody wants to come by and bring food, I will be here. Robert will be here. Ty will be here. Somebody will be here that can help with that.
Okay. And do they drop it by which door, or what's
They can
the?
drop it when you pull into the parking lot of Sunshine Cathedral. You would just kind of drive forward, and you'll see a little alleyway between the two buildings. You just pull
Okay.
right up into that alleyway.
Okay. Okay. And then when is the actual? What are the days and times of the food sharing
Right. The food pantry is open on
pantry?
Wednesdays. Right. The food pantry is open on Wednesdays from 11 a.m. until we run out of food. And prior to the pandemic, we remained open until about 2 p.m. or until we ran out of food, because sometimes even then we would run out of food. But
Okay.
now we are open at about 11 a.m. until we run out of food. And like I said, it's been maybe an hour that
Wow.
we're able to stay open.
Okay. Okay.
But we're here. As long as we can be here, we will be here.
Of course, of course. That's so great. I've seen some of the photos and videos, and I think as things progress in these kinds of services, obviously are going to be even more needed. So I appreciate what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
What you guys are
we're
doing.
thrilled to be able to do it. We're considered an essential outreach, and
Mm-hmm.
so we just keep on moving. We just keep going. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for what you guys are doing. How can we find Sunshine Cathedral, both social media and or online, Anne?
Oh, Sunshine Cathedral's all over the place right now. Of course, we have our our website, sunshinecathedral.org,
Mm-hmm.
sunshinecathedral.org, and there's tabs there that will guide you through everything. We are doing our Sunday worship services live, Facebook Live,
Mm-hmm.
like this.
Mm-hmm.
And that is on Sunday mornings at 10:30. You can tune in and watch Sunshine
Okay.
Cathedral do worship service. Now, of course, it's a much smaller version of the worship service. There's just a few of us on the dais doing the readings and doing the preaching, and a
Mm-hmm.
small group of singers that are singing for us, Tara and Sarah and Barbara at the organ. So it's a smaller group, but we are doing our worship services. We do a midday prayer Monday through
Okay.
Saturday, and that is
Okay.
also done Facebook Live. And that's just a very brief 3 to 5 minute little brief reflection and prayer every day, Monday through Saturday. And Monday evenings, Darrell and Robert and a few other folks are doing Christians and Cocktails. That's what it's called. That's on Monday evenings at 6 p.m. Tune in again to Facebook Live or Sunshine Cathedral's YouTube channel as well. You can check a lot of
Mm-hmm.
that out on the YouTube channel. So if you don't have
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, check out YouTube and look for Sunshine Cathedral.
Mm-hmm. You all are doing a great job with the digital. I watched the Easter service yesterday, and you all had a phenomenal Easter service.
Yeah.
There were some people that were in their cars
Yes.
watching it on their phone, and you all did a processional around the parking lot. And
Mm-hmm.
I actually cried because Christ the Lord is risen today is my favorite hymn in all of the hymnal, and I played it at every church I played. And to not get to play it and not get to be there was quite emotional. And I actually stood up and listened to it and watched you all process around and hear Barbara play it. I told the funny story when I was at Emmanuel Baptist. There was one Sunday right before the opening hymn, right before that, I always keep mints on the organ because it helps me not be so nervous. And the mints went all over the pedal board. And I had to very quickly clean them all off the pedal board before I had to play that hymn on Easter Sunday. But I got them all cleaned off. But and I did a hymn sing when I was at for one of my reunions at Asbury.
Mm-hmm.
We just opened the hymnal. I told everyone, I said, just shut up the hymns, and we just sang hymns, and I sight read. And that was the first one. And I said, this is my first hymn. It's not Easter, but we're going to sing it. And that was the first song that we sang for the hymn sing that night for our reunion. And so that's just my favorite hymn, the words, the music, and everything. So I'm glad you all did that. And the processional was just beautiful. Thank you for providing that.
It was our pleasure. Actually, Christ the Lord is risen today. For anyone who's grown up in the church, it really holds a very special place in my heart. I mean, I loved doing the processional. I loved being able to walk out into the parking lot and see people in their cars and waving and that kind of thing. But I didn't get to hear the song because of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I was kind of singing it in my head, but I didn't get to hear the song because we were processing until we got back into the church and then processed down the aisle. And then I got to do the final verse.
Yeah.
That's okay. Just different times.
Someone later showed a video of them in their car and you all processing and the music in the background. And it was just, they were so thankful to do that. So,
yeah.
But thank you. Is there anything else we didn't ask that you wanted to let us know about before we sign off?
that's truly it. I thank you so much for all of your support. Anybody who would like to donate to the Sunshine Cathedral Food Sharing Ministry, you're welcome to drop food, like I said, Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 here at the church. If you'd like to donate online, check out our website, sunshinecathedral.org. There is a link that says food sharing, and then there's a sub beneath that that says food pantry. And there's a link there. Anything that you need help with, just of course let me know, reach out to me, and I'm really happy to speak to anybody.
Very good. Well, thank you. And again, congratulations, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell. I'll get it correct. And we appreciate all that you are doing. And please contact us. Outclick@gmail.com is our email. You can also text OCQ to 22828 for more information on us. And again, Ann, thank you for all that you're doing. Reach out for anything else. Have a great day. Remember, we're in it together. And as we were saying, the concerts may have stopped, but the music will not be silent.
Yes.
Many blessings.
Bye-bye.